Hey everyone, Joe from GBE Reviews. Today I'm going to be covering the anime Netoge no Yoma wa Onnanoko janai to Omotta. This anime aired in 2006 and was produced by Studio Project Number 9. Okay, so first let me get you some background. This anime centers around Nishimura, or Lucian in the gaming world, a high school student who loves to play an online MMORPG game. He has 3 people in his guild who he plays with all the time, and one day they decide to meet. Little does he know his 3 guildmates, one of which he's actually married to in the game, are not strangers at all but girls in his high school. From there, hilarity ensues and we have our anime. Alright, so let's start with the good. If you're a gamer in general, and an MMORPG player in particular, this anime is literally a love letter to you. It reminds me of other anime in the genre like Sword Art Online and Excel World, but instead of being more serious and focusing on the gaming piece, it focuses instead on the tropes and nods to things you've seen in online games. There's a ton of hilarious moments that I could directly relate to, like getting catfished by female characters who are actually men, characters not being good at the game, being a social misfit and hating quote-unquote normies, party wiping in dungeons, premium items that make the game really broken, girls preferring cute costume items to useful ones, real money traders, scammers trying to steal your items, hackers stealing your account, giveaways from developers, people using character names in a different language they don't really understand so the native speakers think you're hilarious and make fun of you a lot, a handful of people with maxed out PvP gear able to take out literally hundreds of other players, gamers being afraid they're going to be shunned so they keep their gaming habit to themselves, and then people not understanding the difference between real life and gaming. I know it kind of sounds like a boring list, but this and the other tropes are absolutely hilarious when they play out. If you're a gamer, you are going to heavily relate to all of these, and you're going to think, yeah, I've experienced that before, or yeah, these guys really get what it's like to be online gamers. So one other thing I really liked was that all the characters are really likable, and the dynamic of the group is really solid. Akko struggles with how to relate to her real life because she'd prefer to just be a 24/7 gamer and not have to go to school, and they make funny jokes like, say for example, you're feeling kind of tired and she's like, oh, can somebody give me a healing potion? Stuff like that where she's more in the game world than she's actually vested in the real world. That and the other characters all come together and they're really a likable cast with a pretty big mix of personalities that just work together. I've heard there's going to be a second season, and I really hope so, because now we have to get to the bad. Basically, nothing really happened. I wasn't really bothered by it at the time, and I really enjoyed the ride, but it felt like it ended way too quickly, and there was too much emphasis on Akko getting better social skills and kind of understanding real life better, but she only marginally does by the end. There are some solid story arcs and a couple of tense moments, but generally, there wasn't like one solid story narrative that played out from beginning to end. I'd also like to add that the girls are fairly cliche. Akko is kind of an airhead who obsesses over Rushian. Akane's the typical tsundere who slowly grows to like Rushian by the end. And finally, Kyo, the master of the guild, who's the typical rich high school student council president. And most of the girls, minus of course that one lolly every anime seems to need, have really big boobs and small waists. It's also normal and boring. Also, the outro scene was a huge cockblock and made me a little annoyed, but really, that's of minimal consequence to me as I enjoyed the entire ride. So basically, if you're not a gamer who would enjoy all these references, it just becomes another high school anime, but not done as well as others. Alright, finally the ecchi. Even though this is a PG-13 anime, they really did try to add a fair amount of ecchi. As I said earlier, these are all extremely attractive characters for gamer girls, and they mostly have really big boobs, skinny waists, pretty faces. You know, as I said, typical, but in a good way. The anime goes out of its way to add ecchi scenes in both the game-related way, as the characters wear typical skimpy and cutesy female costumes in the game, to several episodes having beach scenes or spa scenes, and of course the typical beach episode. One thing I liked is, there isn't any stupid bullshit tropes where a character falls over into Lucian and has her crotch or boobs in his face. They have ecchi in a logical and funny way, not that really weird creepy way. Alright, so I think that's gonna do it. If you like MMORPGs and cute anime girls, this might be a godsend for you. Otherwise, you may find it an interesting look into gamer culture, but you likely won't feel the nostalgic feeling that a gamer would, and maybe miss some of the more subtle references. I loved it, but I could see how this wouldn't be for everybody. Hopefully this review helped you out and decided if you should check it out or not. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe and share with another friend who's into anime or visual novels. As always, this is your host Joe, saying to you, Jane.